Great food, back with family, back with friends. It's different, been away from here for 4 years. It's good. Mary had been wanting to, she'd been pushing to move back home for a long time. We ended up, landing on this house. Main reason, room, no carpet. The house has got a lot of room. We can do everything we need to do in it.
Several months ago, Mary really wanted to try to start thinking about coming home. But it's a process of getting him home and trying to find a place that he can live in. So I called Sheriff Art and asked if I could have some deputies to come on over and help move him, because they had brought some stuff over before, his new bed and things like that. And then I called Sheriff Gautreaux and asked if I could have some EBR also. Of course, they were both very generous.
We got a call from Ms. Sherry that assistance was needed in Houston, and it was on the DL. We couldn't talk about it, and we needed to move Nick back to Baton Rouge. It was a great feeling to know that he has progressed to a point where he can come home.
We went to Houston, Texas to help bring Nick back home.
Nick's our brother, and that's our Mr. James and Miss Mary. We consider them family. Any help they need, we'll be glad to do.
We went there with a trailer, loaded up the trailer first, and went to go unload it at the new house where they're at right now.
We made our first trip to Houston in the middle of the week, and we brought back everything that we could take that they wouldn't need in the apartment for like a week. Nick's old bed, old equipment, so that we could get it all set up in the house, and then in the next week or so bring Nick back and he would have a bed and things like that.
We had trucks and trailers, and we just went up there and got everything. Everything we could stack and fit. Boxes, storage rooms, everything from the room, beds, just anything they needed or wanted back here or back home.
We're closing this chapter. We're getting him back home, where his family, where his friends are, where he's going to be able to have more interaction and have more help. The whole family will have more help, because there are so many people that love and support and care about Nick and his family. And it was breathtaking. I was like, thank you.
I have no doubt that if the roles were reversed, Nick would be there every step of the way for us.
Nick was the guy always doing everything he could for that, to help those kids at Dream Day Foundation, St. Jude, and to go out of his way, his days off, anything like that. Nick was always the one to make sure that he stepped up to help everybody else out. It's the least anybody can do is turn that back around and try to give him a hand.
He is a miracle, and he has fought all the way through along with his family and friends, and our prayers and thoughts have always been with him. So to get him back home to our area is awesome for us, because he has been gone a long time.
And it's not only a miracle, but he's a sign to anybody and everybody, to my kids, to my friends, to my family, to co-workers, that no matter how hard your day is, don't give up. Stay in the fight. Keep doing what you're doing and just keep on pushing. Nick, he's constantly having a fight, and he's never giving up. And to me, that's what I see. Yeah, I see a miracle. I see just a sign that just radiates to everybody. Just don't give up. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. Just keep going. Because one day it'll get better. Even if it's by this much, it's still better than what it was.
Nick has defied all odds, and supported by his family and the prayers of so many, he bravely continues to fight, to heal, and to recover. I've always said that Nick has the heart of a lion, and he does. And after meeting his mother and father, I understand why. This family is a portrait of courage, faith, and sacrifice.
It means the world to me. It means the world to the law enforcement community. He's one of our brothers, and I know it means a lot to EBRSO to have him home.
Nick started sheriff's office with me, out at the jail. great deputy, great friend. Nick's always gonna be part of us, and we're gonna always be there for him and his family and everything. And meant the world to us to be able to contribute in bringing Nick home where he belongs.
I mean, he did great. You think about that 5-6 hour car ride with him, and he hasn't been in a vehicle for more than 20 minutes in 3 years.
I didn't know about it until Mary and Kelly. I was walking around doing some other things. And Mary and Kelly, they both told me, look at the cross in the lake. And I looked at it, and then, where's that from? They said, it's a reflection from the sky. Look at the sky. And I looked and I saw the sky, the cross in the sky. It was like a sign saying, this is the right course. Kind of like approval, saying, y'all moving back to Baton Rouge is the right thing to do.
I was there when he got home that night, and so I was like, of course it wasn't the homecoming we all wanted for him. We wanted him, to be able to have a big, parade, or people to be able to see him come home, but we just can't do that right now with COVID and other things. It wasn't feasible. So I was there at the house, and so I had my little welcome home sign, and I was like, welcome home, party of one, and he got a smile on his face, but it was just very emotional seeing him get out of the van back here in Baton Rouge after he's been gone for 3.5 years, and to just be able to say, oh, I'm going over to Nick's. I'm gonna go see Nick. It's been truly heartwarming.
His family's here, so this is where he belongs. And to be a part of that with seeing the look on James and Mary's face, to be able to come back and to be here close to the rest of the family, was a tremendous feeling to know that we took part in being able to do that for them.
Sense of satisfaction, helping Nick. We've all been buddies with Nick for so long, and just working in this industry and knowing him and being a part of him and everything that he did. It's great to know that, like Jared said, the 4 years that he's progressed, now he can come home, and it'll be easier for his family and his kids that don't have to travel to Houston, that can come right here to Baton Rouge and see him.
You got a lot more room here, man.
You glad to be back?
Yeah.
Good deal, man.
Our deputies wanted to help and actually moving Tullier back here, and look, I just want to do my part and be able to allow that to happen. That's a big accomplishment for him.
Hot water. Hot rag. Hot rag.
She'll try to touch. What?
And that woke you up. It's hot. I know it's hot.
Because of COVID, he can't go out and do therapy right now. We can't have anybody come in the house because Nick, we can't take a chance on him getting COVID.
You okay?
So, but he's got some equipment he could be using, but it couldn't be set up at the apartment. So now he has a very large room that his FES bike can be set up. He's got a shaker vest. Mary's able to stand him up in his wheelchair and move him around the house. It's just awe-inspiring to see him never give up.
Make his beard a little easier to cut. Softens it. The hair. Mm-hmm.
He's just my heart, and his story is just unbelievable.
He is a miracle. It's been a long road for Nick, I know.
I will never forget that day more than 4 years ago when Nick and the others responded to that call for help.
I was with state police when Nick was a traffic motor officer with the EBR, so we were real close, and I worked the EBR parish. So, the day before that happened, I met with him on a crash on Perkins Road, and we talked for a little while, and I was able to handle that crash. And I said, man, you need to get on home. You work days today, I'm working nights, so get on home. And we left each other that afternoon, and I worked my night shift, and the next morning we had heard about the the tragic news. So, you know, it's a heavy heart for all of us because he is a special man and he does wonderful things for our hearts, you know, and did a tremendous service for East Baton Rouge Parish.
Nick paid the ultimate sacrifice that all law enforcement officers are potentially, you know, subject to. Whenever you put on a badge for the first time and you're a law enforcement officer, your whole concept of family changes. You are no longer just a one man, one person, one lady, one department. It's truly a brotherhood. I know you've heard of the Thin Blue Line and the brotherhood associations with law enforcement. Well, it is very, very thick. It's very strong.
It's not about LPSO, it's about the badge he wears. I mean, the badge may be a different shape, may look a little different, the uniform may be a different color, but we're all the same people.
All right. Thank you. There's no words. There's no words for the bond that the sheriff's office has, the police has together, their brotherhood of backing the Thin Blue Line and taking care of Nick. They were ready to go. They worked tirelessly to get everything packed, drove back, and then to get everything into the new house also. And they set up equipment, they put beds together, they did everything that they could to get them ready to come home. But they are just unbelievable, drop of a hat, do anything to help anybody every day. And that's why they've all picked this profession, because they've been called to serve.
Thank you for the prayers. Prayers are what saved Nick. We just ask people to keep praying. You know, my fear is, and I've said it from the beginning, as time goes by, people move on and they tend to forget what happened. We need continuous prayers for Nick. We don't need this to go by and be forgotten. Nick will need help for the rest of his life. He's definitely going to outlive being married. He needs prayers.
It's just insane the amount of people that will comment, that send letters and cards, and it's so encouraging. They read everything to Nick. We read him Facebook comments, we read him cards, we show him videos, and they have just helped tremendously in getting him this far, and hopefully now that he's back here, we'll get him even further.
That power of prayer is an awesome, I don't want to call it weapon, but it's just an awesome thing. It's the strength that it does when you got, you know, thousands of people praying the same thing. It's like it's watching Star Wars. It's the Force. It's just, there's nothing as powerful on this planet as that.
I pray for Nick and his recovery and his family every day. Nick and his family will always be a part of the EBR family.